Yo, what's good, you guys? It's Ye and Reese, and we're back with the Multiversal Pod. Today we have our Supergirl breakdown and review, and I think we should just start it off with you, Reese. Let's go with your 1 out of 10 review of this movie.
I'm gonna go 6.5.
Okay, respectable. I give it a 7.7. I don't think it
Yeah.
got to the 8 for me, but I still enjoyed it, understanding that it was its solo movie and it's Supergirl. It's
Right.
not
Yeah.
another person's movie or something that branches. It definitely does branch into her becoming a part of like the Justice League and everything like that, but I don't think it was meant to branch that far yet. I think that's why the movie was so short,
Mm.
and that's why there was a lot of spots that could have been hit that were not hit, which I agree. When we talked a little bit before this, we mentioned that one of the main things about it that just didn't make sense was all the marketing for
Mo-
Jason Momoa being Lobo and probably what about maybe 10 or 15 minutes of screen
Oh,
time if that.
yes. Like that pissed me off so bad. 'Cause I was actually ready to see Lobo. Like I've seen him like throughout the cartoons and stuff. So like yeah, I was actually really excited to see him do stuff. But
I don't think either that they understand how much of that had an effect on the movie alone just because people know that I don't know. They don't know, but there is definitely people that love Lobo, like from the
right.
'90s, that read his comics and collect his comics. I just think that he was definitely underappreciated, and there was definitely some things that could have done better with the CGI of how he looked. His stomach looked a little bit rubbery in some of those scenes. If you go
Mm.
taking a look at them, I'm not gonna lie. But what do you think about your overall enjoyment of the movie? Like just
uh,
thinking about it from, because this is how I thought about it when I went to the movies. I'm not gonna lie, for opening night of a movie, you guys can check out the video footage on my Instagram, or our Instagram, the Multiversal Pod. There was nobody in that theater.
no,
It
yeah.
was me and my girlfriend. I sat on the side just so I could see, like, and get a recording for when people did show up. But the bright side to everything of not people not being in there, I did get to see there was a group of friends of 3 girls that were probably like 11 or 12, and they loved the movie.
Oh, yeah,
Like
that's
it
what's up.
definitely put a little bit of perspective for me that okay, maybe this movie wasn't made for me, but I have to respect that the future generations of girls probably saw this movie and was like, "Oh my gosh, Supergirl! This is my new favorite superhero. There's finally a female superhero that isn't Batman or somebody like that. You know what I mean? That gets their standalone movie."
I mean, I guess. I guess. I mean, it's just like I get it. Maybe it wasn't made for us, but it's like, come on, bro. Like it should be made for all superhero fans out there, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think too, it's hard to fully go with that statement knowing that Lobo was in the movie, just
Mm,
because like most of his comics, if you check out his comics, they say rated R, like or PG-13 at least in
right.
most of them. So I think that does contradict the statement a little bit, but still, like the enjoyment that I saw out of them watching the movie, like after the movie when we got out and I could hear them like talking about it and everything like that, it brought joy to me just to see that there's people that are younger that enjoy the movies just as much as we do and are
Right.
just as excited to see the movies as we do.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
But the tone of this movie was, I think it hit a lot of people in weird places because they didn't expect it to be as like, obviously you expected a punk rock out of like Jason Momoa and stuff
Right.
like that, but this whole movie seemed very Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, guess who?
Like,
Look who made it.
uh, yeah, I know that, but I mean, he also helped a lot with and made Superman too, and I don't think that that
I
had.
mean, it wasn't Guardians coded,
Yeah, that's what
but
I'm saying. But this Supergirl movie kind of seemed Guardians coded.
I don't know. I think it's on. I think it's because it was in space.
You
Maybe
think?
because I mean, if you think about it, Superman wasn't based in space; it was based in Metropolis.
Yes.
So like, I don't know. Probably why people say that. I don't know because like even like when it was on the bus and I seen like the different types of aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Like
thought that was cool,
that was pretty dope.
but then it leads you down a wormhole because then you have to know in your universe what alien that is. You have
Right.
to introduce them eventually in the future if they're like just a citizen or a civilian of a planet or something like that, or if they're from like different universes. Because
Mhm.
obviously, if they're in space, there's interdimensional stuff
Right.
probably. But I definitely do think it helps them branch off with like villains or something in the future, like saying like, "Oh, something happened on that bus that Supergirl did that fueled somebody to come back and
Mhm.
cause some problems."
Yeah.
What did you think about the pacing of the movie?
The pacing,
Hmm.
as in like, I know it was pretty like. I think it was cool.
Yeah.
I just think like I didn't have too much. It was no. Let me not say that. There was a lot of problems with this movie,
Yes.
but
I will
one
admit
of
that for
my
sure.
main concerns wasn't the pacing, wasn't the casting, it wasn't the. I'm tired. First of all, we already seen Superman,
Yeah.
Crypto, right, for the first time,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
and in that movie, he had to save Crypto, right?
Yeah, we did talk about that. We did not want it to be a movie
Another
that
mission to save
mission
Crypto.
save
So
crypto.
that's what made it low key a six. I'm like, damn, like
Recycle material.
recycle
Yeah,
material.
yeah.
And then on top of that, it's crypto. Why are we getting no cool shit from crypto? I'm
Well,
confused on
the
that.
main reason we get that is just because that's probably the only thing that they went with Woman of Tomorrow from the comic books. That's probably the only thing that they brought over besides maybe a couple panels, and like we talked about off screen, there was even a couple panels that Millie Eilish talked about that were supposed to be in the movies in the final shots and maybe didn't make the final cut that she
Mm.
didn't know because there was definitely a couple missing that were said to be in there.
It,
So I guess my final question on your thoughts so far for Supergirl. What did you think about was it worth seeing it in theaters?
no, hell
It wasn't?
no. No, you
No.
could definitely. If you have an illegal website that you use, you can go watch that on your illegal website. I'm
No, I'm
sorry,
not gonna
but
lie, no bullshit because there was like a couple of scenes like I don't know if you how you feel about like bad CGI. I know it's like fake. It's a fake movie anyways. It's about
right, but it gets
superheroes.
to a
I
point
get
though. Like,
that.
don't make
But
it look extra
yeah,
fake.
like bro, when she was in space, there was a couple times she looked like a cartoon character.
I
Like she
want
low
to.
key like when she was in the space fighting scene like right before she hit the sun
She's very. Oh,
and she
okay.
started like
Oh,
gaining her
yeah,
powers
yeah,
back and everything like that. Bro, she looked like smush face Peter Quill when he was in the
yeah.
when he was in the like when Yondu had to save him in his
Yeah.
yeah like
I mean, I get it.
like he looked like
Some CGI, yeah, some CGI was bad. I didn't too much like the lasers. And what do we only see them twice or
it was
one? I
super
wasn't.
like it was almost like Mad Max Fury Road mixed with Star Wars. Like it was like that's exactly how like the universes that we saw and were introduced into the into Supergirl. Like that's what they kind of reminded me of.
Oh yeah. N-
It was alright.
Remember the guys caped up, or was it caped up? The guys we was recently just talking about the podcast and
Oh,
the
I don't want
comment
to.
under their post. I
Oh
can't remember their name.
yeah.
I can't
I gotta
remember
look it
their
up now.
name.
I gotta look it up just so we can give them homage. Cause like we got to, bro. That's how I
Yeah,
am with stuff like this. They're
yeah,
cool. They're cool peeps. Um. Sorry guys. Okay, so shout out to Dark Mike Pod.
Dark Mike
Dark
Pod.
Mike Pod. Okay, continue
Shout
going.
out to them, but for the one dude to say that Supergirl is a better movie than The Dark Knight, that my blood was boiling so bad hearing that. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Nah, yeah, we need to.
The Dark Knight, bro. Like that is such a OG. It's such a good film in general. You go,
We do gotta give it to them though. They might be a little bit younger than us. They look a
yeah,
little bit younger than us, so
yeah,
they may not have got the full experience when that movie came out of
right.
like how impactful it was. And I think that's something to speak on with like a lot of movies nowadays. It's
Mm.
like there's a lot of bias towards things just because maybe they're older or that they're this generation's movie, or
Right.
like how some people are like, Henry Cavill is my Superman. Like I don't like the new Superman. He's not like you gotta give them a chance to expand storylines and get somewhere before you fully judge it, and you have
No,
to
yeah, fact.
fully
I
comprehend the
think
movie.
David
Not
Cornstark.
saying that they don't fully comprehend it, because I love their stuff. Their shit's funny as hell too. They have
No,
some
yeah,
funny
facts.
ass
Yeah,
clips,
yeah.
but just about like movie watchers in general, I think there's a lot of that in this community that just because it wasn't my generation, and even with comic books, like there's a big argument online about how comics are, you should spite people for trying to make you read the older comic books
Mm,
and older storylines. It's like, no, it that people want you to fully understand where these origins came from and how these characters developed to become the characters that they are today.
right.
And I think that's a huge thing, like you said, with like Dark Knight. Dark Knight literally is a movie that is encoded into like Batman fans because of how good Batman was depicted as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Right. Yeah.
So, did it feel like a true Superman movie universe to you, Supergirl?
No,
No.
not really. Other besides her being Supergirl, like, no, I really didn't.
No. What about, was it entertaining to you?
Yeah, I think it was pretty. Like I said, the story was still pretty mid, but it was still a lot better than the Superman story. So I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed the story for surely.
How about, would casual fans or newcomers, like, was it newcomer friendly, or do you think casual fans would enjoy it?
I think so. I just think if you like, you're probably just a superhero fan. You just love superheroes. You don't really care about the other things that we really look into and dive deep into. I think you'll like the movie. Honestly, it's not a bad. Like I said, it's not a bad movie. Like it's not horrible.
Yeah.
Like it's not hateable. Like, I can rewatch it right now if I want to. I can go rewatch it if I want to right now.
Exactly,
It's
exactly. I
rewatchable for
think,
surely.
like, that's the other thing people don't understand. There's a lot of superhero movies that that you go to see in the theaters and you're like, damn, I, like you said, I didn't want to see this in theaters and I don't even think I want to see it again.
Right.
But this movie isn't that. Like, it's worth watching again. Maybe it's worth watching again to get your rating higher. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's
Yeah.
worth
Yeah.
like seeing things that you didn't notice, or maybe 'cause we shout out, we got to shout this out real quick. If you are in the state of PA, look up Philadelphia Free Library
Mhm.
Card, and you can deadass get like a whole bunch of free comic books on Libby and Hoopla. So definitely check that out. I'm definitely gonna be checking in on Woman of Tomorrow, and I think he probably will be too, just to maybe reread it and then go watch it again to see if they really brought things over or if it was just to pull crypto from it. You know what I mean? So let's get into the characters and let's break each one down pretty much individually. So we got Kara, obviously Supergirl, played by Millie Alec. What did you think about her performance besides the writing of the
Good
story, the
Supergirl.
pace? You believe,
I think she played a good Supergirl. I think, like I said,
dude?
I don't
Well,
know much about Woman of Tomorrow comics, but I have seen like different pages on TikTok and stuff, and like how she do get drunk on like under the red sun and stuff like that, so she can actually feel it and stuff like that. So I mean, like she did a lot of things well in that movie.
yeah.
I like her as a Supergirl.
Yeah, I kind of think her, like, I think she's Australian or something
Yeah.
like that. I think her Australian vibe fits like
Mm.
Supergirl so well. Like, I feel like she dead ass. All she had to do was change her accent to like an American accent, and it felt like she was meant to be a Supergirl. You know
For
what I mean?
surely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't. This might be a hot take. I know you're a CW fan.
Oh my
I think
god, I don't even
she,
want to hear it.
I think she's the best casted Supergirl we've got so far.
So then when you say stuff like that, that's what makes me mad. Cause like, are you serious?
Well, if you look at the comics, she's the best. She's the best casted Supergirl we've had so far. She is. All of them. The CW, she's old as fuck. She's like she's damn near a
She
grown
can
woman.
be old, bro, but
No,
she
bro,
was
no,
tough as fuck. You
no.
can't beat when they had the crossovers with the like, bro, no, bro. First, no. I'm not even about to let you disrespect the CW
I'm
flag.
not saying
Maybe the
that. I'm not
CW
saying that
Supergirl
it's
show.
not good because it definitely is good and it brings good depictions of Supergirl. But I do think that like the casting itself, I think she's the best one we got so far. Like in Flash, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, Shorty looked good as Supergirl,
Oh yeah, you
but I
talking about the
don't
movie,
think.
right?
Yeah, but I don't think she was
Nah, I
the
mean we
right
didn't even really get
casting for
we
it.
didn't
You
really
know
get
what I
much of
mean?
her anyway though. So like I don't even really count her
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, yeah.
But CW Supergirl, you're
Bro, I'm
crazy.
telling you, Millie Alex like messy hair, like the way how she kind of acts sloppy, like that's how she, like you said, when you was looking into some of the stuff, she gets drunk on the planet. She
Right, she
does that
do.
stuff.
It's just
Like CW Wonder or Supergirl is not doing that.
you're right, but hers wasn't based on a Woman of Tomorrow comics though.
Yeah, agreed, agreed. It could
You're
have
right.
been like a Super Clark Kent timeline where she's just like a copy and paste of him, but a
If you
girl.
say that, then I'm taking CW Superman over David Cornsweet. Off the rip, Superman and Lois is one of
Nah.
the best shows out there.
Well, yeah, but that's different. You don't know what he's gonna look like. You don't know what Corn Sweat's gonna look like when he's you know what I mean, you can't say that yet because you don't know what he's gonna look like when he's like in his 40s. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro, in that Lois in
Superman and Lois.
yeah, Superman and Lois in that one, he plays a good ass
He,
old Superman. Like
yo,
he
he's
got a
tough as
salt, he got a
hell.
salt and pepper like little look to him. He low key looked like the if he could have put on a little bit more weight. But I
Yeah,
mean, it's a
I
TV
understand that. Yeah,
show, you know
so
what I mean. So I don't think it really and CW show.
I
Not
mean, if
saying
you
it's
think about
bad,
it
but
though,
like
David Cornsweet wasn't that big, or he didn't look that big at
yeah,
least.
but he's 6'2". Like
I mean,
he's
yeah,
6'2", and he's like he got that like okay. Here's my main problem with Superman. Sometimes when it's depicted, if you go back and look at like the Action Comics, things like that, Superman isn't like this ripped, like super shredded guy. You know what I mean? Like he's like built like a normal like bigger 6'2" guy that is buff. He's not shredded, and he almost has like this like he almost has like a Mr. Incredibles type build, like in a lot of the older comic
oh,
books. You know what I
okay,
mean?
oh, okay,
Like
okay,
this
okay, yeah,
like
yeah,
bigger
yeah, yeah,
chest
yeah.
but not defined, almost like got a little bit of pudge to you. And I think that's kind of why they're going with Corn Sweat because he's not ripped. Like they got to add a little bit of padding to his suit to make him look a little bit bigger. But I do think that it's one of the better. I think it's better than the casting for Cavill. My problem
Man,
with we won't even go too deep into that. But I just say my problem with Snyderverse Superman is just it's too sci-fi. You know what I mean? Like it's sci-fi based.
what's wrong with that?
Nothing's super wrong with that, but sci-fi and superhero genres, I feel like should be different. Like I know there's paths where they intercross, like how we had mentioned.
So you
Supergirl's like
like
into
seeing
space.
David Cornsweet fly around and save squirrels? You like that?
Bro, Superman would not let anybody get hurt.
I'm so sorry. It's just like,
Superman's not letting nobody get hurt, bro. Oh my god, bro. He's not
I don't
letting
know, bro.
nobody get hurt.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Except for the dude that he like threw through 6 concrete
Look,
walls.
if we're gonna talk about Superman, I'm Team Henry Cavill all the way. You feel me? That's
I
my
mean,
guy.
there's like with that argument, there's both sides. Like you could really argue both sides of like why they're both better. Because I do see the side with
But
him just because like he always got his hair was always super gelled up and
dude,
like I will say that's tough, but like I said, if you go back to the comics, he keeps his hair ungelled so that people don't know who he is when he's working. And like they pulled that off and they pulled the glasses off. You
like I
know
said,
what I
I
mean?
don't hate David Cornsweet, but I mean,
It's
the
just
movie was
like
shit. So
I think that movie's super like
terrible. Yeah.
no, I don't think it's terrible. I think that they made it too kid friendly for the audience that wants to see it. But I do think that like you even said it, Mr. Terrific in that movie.
It's literally the best character in my opinion in that
Guy
movie.
Gardner in that movie.
Second best character in that movie. Other than that,
Yeah, but bringing all those characters, that's okay if the movies cuz you think it's terrible, I think it's decent.
I think it's a terrible story. I think it's like it's just not.
But how?
I don't.
It's Lex Luthor's
She's
infatuation with
terrible. I
Superman.
like Lex Luthor, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Then how do you
He
not like
was
the
so
storyline?
amazing.
How do you not like the storyline if it's Lex Luthor obsessed with Superman because he
Bro, first
wants
of
to
all,
get him out of there
Superman
and
is
he wants his power and he wants
Superman
to
is
become a human.
getting his ass up the whole entire movie. Where they didn't have Supergirl. Carol whooping ass.
Yeah, but
She was whooping ass.
yeah, I'll agree. But she also got dog walked a
With
couple
no power.
times.
Indeed. But she didn't get dog walk. She didn't get dog walk her whole movie until the last 10 minutes.
No, yeah, but you also have to understand just because she was by the Red Sun doesn't mean she didn't have all her powers. Like if you watch, she was just saying like
She
I'm
was
weak.
cooking without. You see what she did to the dude?
No, I know that, but
She was cooking without her powers.
Yeah, no, I know that. But I think she has, like that movie explained as Supergirl. She has a sense of humanity that isn't like that's different from Superman. Like you said, Superman's willing to save a squirrel.
Right.
She don't give a shit.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if Superman wasn't to hold back, that's what you want. You want to see a Superman that's not going to hold
mind
back.
if you don't hold back. I don't
That's
even
what I'm
mind that he
saying.
holds back, but it's like, you're Superman, you're getting your
Give
ass
it time.
whooped.
He's a young Super. He's only been Superman. What it said?
4 years.
I think it was 3 years and 56 something.
He's been Superman for 3 whole freaking years. And you telling me he's still getting his ass whooped his whole movie, and then his dog gets packed up. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, but you kind of have to show in the first movie him getting his ass handed to him.
The whole movie, though, yeah? The whole movie.
I mean, it shows his resilience.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
All right, let's get back on track.
Right.
So, besides Millie Alec as Supergirl, we had Krem as the main villain, and I know I'll say this, very, very forgettable character.
For sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a forgettable. I understand how like they wanted to go with it and make him look like scary, but I think they should have went for the comic version. Just had him a red-haired guy with a mustache.
I seen the comic version. Then I seen the movie version. I'm like, these don't look like the.
That screamed James Gunn. Like it screamed James Gunn. Like, yo, let's make him look spooky.
It's hard, James Gunn, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that he's gonna either have to like co-work with somebody to make these movies a little bit better and save this universe, because it's gonna be Marvel all day for the rest of humanity if they don't figure this shit out. This will be if this doesn't work out, like in the DCU doesn't work out, this will be the 4th factory reset that they've had to hit.
Marvel could never. DC gotta get their shit together.
But moving on, supporting cast, we have Ruthie, which I actually liked how that started in the beginning of like
her
parents got killed, and then she kind of went through this like, I don't know if this is crazy to say because it's like a total, I do this all the time, guys, off the wall character like comparisons. It was almost like a Wolverine and a young like whoever he's taking care of at the time. Like that whole story was very similar to how like Wolverine tries to help Kitty in the Days of Future Past storyline and everything like that. Like it was very similar to trying to get revenge, but understanding that you don't want that because it leads you down a darker path. But I've already been down that darker path, so let me take care of it for you. You know what I mean? Like a very heavy mentor role, but at the end a dark side. You know what I mean? Because that shit, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think she was gonna kill him at the end.
I didn't think she was gonna kill him either. Because
I saw that with my girlfriend, and she was like, she didn't completely love the movie either. Because I wanted to go with her to see like a girl's point of view of the movie.
Right.
But she said that like made the movie okay. She was like, if she would have let him live, I would have been pissed. I was like, okay, I understand your point of view, especially after all the things like he did, and their whole race is made upon enslaving women.
Yeah, I don't mind her.
You know what I mean? I didn't mind him being killed either.
Hey, I'll go off track real quick. I love when Cavill killed Zod. I was all for that.
Yeah.
A lot of people hated that.
I think the reason they hated it was because of like how quick he was already ready to like how I was explaining to you, like we have to wait to see that dark side of Corn Sweat. I think that's why people didn't like it, because it was right away. Like that's why a lot of these comic book fans and stuff like that don't like those movies, is because they get to the point real quick. And a lot of those storylines, like you explained, Secret Wars needs to be two parts.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just to get Doctor Doom's full story arc in either one of them or in Doomsday. Like, a lot of the DCEU stuff was very rushed. Like,
I
no
understand.
origins and things like that. And I think that's where James Gunn is actually doing a decent part. Like, that's why this movie may seem a little bit boring, because it's an origin. And a lot of origins you're used to seeing
But it's
over and
like we
over again.
already know Superman's origin. They've been making movies since the 80s, bro.
You gotta think
70s,
about
like,
about how time works, bro. There's like my nephew and my niece, like that poster went viral, bro. That was her first experience
no,
ever
yeah, I
seeing
understand. I
Superman. You know
understand
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, I understand
Like,
that.
and
But it's
what's
like,
more friendly to show? You gotta admit this. What would be more friendly to show to her at her age, at 6 years old? That or Man of Steel?
I'm showing my niece, man, still. She gonna love that.
Okay,
She's
look,
like,
a 6 year old that's
so
scared
nah,
of,
nah,
you know what
I
I mean?
understand.
Like,
Yeah.
like
I'm definitely showing the Corn Sweat. But it's just like, if that's the case, I go show her Superman Returns. Like, I don't care.
Nah, you want to talk about bad CGI? Oh my, throw that in the trap. They filmed that shit on a potato. Oh my god. I mean, I get some CGI is bad, but like I just rewatched like the making of a CGI clip from one of the Raimi verse Spider-Mans and how good it looked for that time frame. And I'm like, bro, if they could do it, y'all could have did it. You know what I mean? But that's like my whole problem with DC, bro. It's like, if Marvel's doing it, y'all can do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they can expand in depth all these characters while maybe flopping on one movie here and there, but still expanding and like not giving up, like, what's the problem? You know what I mean? That's DC's big problem.
They
Is
put
that
all their focus on. Stop worrying about the villain stuff, bro. We don't care about solo villain films for real, bro. Make a good superhero film, bro.
yeah.
Please.
Well, supposedly I don't know who's all in talks for it, but there's some talks for people that are going to be playing Batman already.
Bro, just bring Robert Pattinson over. Why do y'all?
I think so too. Actually, after watching the first Batman, I just watched the Batman again. It makes perfect sense. He's already established. When he gets to the point where he's gonna be introduced into the DCU, he'll be old enough that you can add um a Dick Grayson,
Or
a
Tim
Tim
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah,
Like, you can
hell
add those already
yeah.
because he's gonna be older. Like, Robert Pattinson isn't getting any younger. You know what I mean? Like, he was bald, babyface shaved in that. You let him keep a little bit of his. Oh, my bad. You let him keep a little bit of his stubble. He's gonna look a little bit like older than a. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
And I like the dark side. Like, people be like, oh, he didn't even really solve the case. They talk about how good he was of a detective in the movie, but he didn't solve the case. Bro, he didn't solve the case because it was meant for him to realize that his family was like
was
corrupt and was involved in deep shit. It wasn't
right.
about, and the things that he did
To even get to that point.
to
No,
get
I'm
to
about to
that
say,
point. You know what I'm saying?
I think even though he didn't solve the case, it was still a good detective movie. That was my first time ever seeing Batman really
on
dig
some
deep and really
like Christian Bale's Batman definitely got like the Tony Stark aspect side of things. Like, I got the money, I'm gonna figure
right.
everything out. Bro wasn't even trying to go to those executive meetings. He was like, "Sir, we need to go, or like you're gonna lose some share of this company." He's like, "I have work to do, Alfred." Like, he's like I really like that depiction of him. They need to clean up the suit a little bit. I think. I
Oh
think his
yeah.
cowl's a little bit. Here's my problem, DC. Check this out. Why are y'all making like their faces come out so much in the cowl, bro? You seen how good it looks in Dark Knight when he only has a little bit of his chin shown and he got the rest of it. We don't need the Batman animated series suit where he's got what's his name from You watch Fairly Odd Parents?
Yeah.
You know how I'm talking about? Ah, shit. Damn. Is it Mega Chin? Or
I know you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking
no,
about.
I
I know
gotta
you're
look it
talking about.
up. Crimson Chin.
Okay,
The
yeah.
Crimson Chin, bro. Like, we don't need no Crimson Chin ass mask where their whole jawline sticking out like this. Like, I don't need that, bro.
They might fix it though. Batman Part 2 comes out
I'm
soon.
hoping
Next
they
year.
fix the suit a little bit because I like how it was dark and gothy, but it definitely needs to look a little bit more like refined. Bro's a millionaire. He's like, you know what I mean? He's still got money. It's not like he doesn't have money to
Right.
get the top, like, of
Alright.
the top tech. You know what I'm saying?
And give him white eyes for Part 2. I want to see that.
I like that. I like that. So, who do you think was? Sorry, we branched off there. We're just getting into DC stuff, but who do you think was your best performance in Supergirl?
Probably either on Millie or the girl that played Ruthie. Like I said, I like how she portrayed Supergirl. Like she was a good Supergirl. Like I liked it.
Yeah.
You feel me? I think she probably stole the show. I didn't really care about Krim. I
Yeah.
didn't care for. Well, I can't even say I didn't care for Lobo because I barely seen him.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think, but like Millie, she did pretty good. She did real good.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Ruthie just because of how the beginning of the movie it impacted me. I really liked the
Right.
beginning of the movie, and
Sure.
I didn't start really getting bored till the middle of the movie. So finally, let's go over what worked and what didn't work, and why that gives you what your final verdict was. What was a 6.5?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's go with first. Let's go the top three strengths. Let's go the three strengths of the movie that worked, that will continue to bring stuff to the DCU that's good.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, bro. There wasn't a lot of good things about the movie. I mean, like I said, you could say it was good casting. I don't know. I don't know. Cause it's just not. I don't
It
know.
didn't bring you in as much as you thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can see that. It is hard. It's hard to give it three. I can pretty much only think of two. I can think of casting, like you said, and I can maybe say some of the fight scenes were
Oh, yeah, I'm tweaking. The action was pretty peaking. I'm not gonna lie. The action was pretty good in there.
yeah.
There was some
No,
good
no.
action.
I'll say this. How did you feel about the ending? They called it the pencil drop scene with the. That's what they call it, I guess, in cinema with the song that they played where the girl was singing it instead of
I do not remember.
like you remember it's by the middle. It's a song by the middle. You might not know them, but when they were doing like the Mad Max type scene when she was like going when they were going around in the circle and the bikes around her and then she
Mhm.
like fully realized like what she could do and everything like that. Like people were really hating on that scene and I really loved it.
Oh, that was a good ass scene. You talking
Yeah.
when she was going like crushing through bikes, like actually going right through the
Yeah,
bikes.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
that was hard.
I see. I mean, we're not even super big fans of like the movie, and I think that was a great scene.
Yeah, but I think the action was pretty tough in the movie. The
Yeah.
action for sure was definitely good. I won't knock that. Uh, other than that, like I said, the action and the casting, I don't know what was really. I don't know. And like, if y'all, I don't know.
It was really all storyline that messed it up, like arc. Like
Yeah, I guess you could say
I'll say,
that. Like, why? I don't know. I think Woman of Tomorrow should have been like a different type movie or something, like or like a sequel or something. I don't know.
okay, I could see that. What was the three weaknesses? Like the three biggest weaknesses.
The writing, not keeping, not having
Lobo.
Lobo in the movie.
Yeah,
As much as we seen him in trailers and all this, that, and the third, he wasn't even in the movie
bro.
barely in the movie. Making Crypto look like he's just some weak ass dog.
Nah, yeah, bro. Like when you see the one scene when he flies in super fast in Superman, and then you see how fast like the bow or the arrow came in, he could have caught that shit with his mouth.
Bro,
He could have turned and like bit it and then threw it.
they be making Crypto seem like he's he's my dog I got at home. Literally, like Crypto's literally half powers, bro. Why
Yeah,
y'all
bro.
treating him like he's just some regular ass dog? I don't understand that.
So, final verdict. 6.5.
6.5.
For me, 7.7 because it was decent. I could go watch it again, but it didn't get to the 8. It might even be a 7.5 to be honest. But I think that wraps up our video for today, guys. I mean, right now we're a little bit low energy just because that's how the movie left us. I mean, it's bad to say, but it was decent. It's like I said, if you want to go take like your kids to go see it, that's definitely a move.
Yeah, heck
It's
yeah.
definitely great to get them introduced in the characters. Definitely a couple scenes that may scare them though. So,
Fair.
and I don't know how you'd feel about Lobo being introduced to your daughter at a young age, and then she goes to like look up the character and sees the comics. But other than that, I think it should have had an ending credit scene too. It didn't.
Oh, it didn't have an ending credit scene.
Yeah.
Even Superman had one, even though it was ass.
Yeah.
He still had one. Like, oh man, DCU pissing me off.
Yeah, that's low key it. Final verdict: the DCU's pissing us off. No bullshit, because we need a little bit harder work for the time that it's taken to get these movies out, and we need a little bit better production value.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get like a real good film again until the Batman Part 2. We might even Superman has potential of being good. Man of Tomorrow.
Man tomorrow, especially how Luthor's suit looks in that. That shit
Yeah,
looks so good, bro.
it
People are hating
definitely.
on it. It looks y'all always bitch and complain about shit not being comic accurate, and then we get a comic accurate suit, and you're like, this looks
Yo,
goofy and like
right.
clunky and like it's like, bro, stop saying that shit, because then we're not gonna get the stuff we actually want, bro. Just shut the hell up. But fans that don't do that, we're good. So I think that wraps it up for today. Anything else you want to say about the movie or just to the fans?
Oh, cool. You know, just keep rocking with us.
Yep. Subscribe, like, share. Besides that, that should be it for today's video. See you guys.